Don't let your wife be the one that got away. See, when men look back on a relationship with a woman and they say, she's the one that got away, they know that she had higher standards that she lived up to, and there's certain things in her life that she would not tolerate. So many of you guys, you think that you can stay in this state of just continuing the behavior, sabotaging the relationship, mistreating the other person, and you're assuming that they don't have a breaking point. You're assuming, right, that you can just continue to kick the can down the road and procrastinate this work that you need to do on yourself, and that somehow you can continue to buy yourself time with empty promises, excuses, empty apologies, lies, deception, and by living in the gray area. See, that's one of your biggest problems, is that you don't actually decide. Your indecision is slowly killing you. You look at potential solutions, but because everybody in your life thinks that you're the man because you're successful in so many areas, what they don't know is that you're unsuccessful inside your relationship. And what it requires you to actually demonstrate the ability to be teachable, to be malleable, to be receptive. See, that's one thing you're not used to doing, because you're used to being the one who's in control, being the one who's in charge. And what has that done in your relationship? Think about it. Being the one who's always got to be right, who's got to solve every single problem. See, that's put you in a position where inevitably you can't even receive the help that you so desperately need, because you're so used to fixing everything on your own. You had to learn to rely on yourself your whole life. You see vulnerability as a liability. You see it as a sign of weakness. So that inhibits your ability to be receptive, to be teachable, to take direction. Okay, let's look at something right now. You got a lot of things figured out, but the issues you're having in your marriage are not one of them. You may have a lot of stuff figured out in your life, in your business, in your career, with your employees. But this issue in relationships, the way you connect to people in an intimate relationship, a romantic encounter with another human being, where the deepest parts of you as a man are being triggered. The solutions that you use in your business are not working in that arena. So my question is, at what point in time are you going to realize that your inability to strategize and your inability, you keep trying to take shortcuts. You keep trying to take shortcuts and you keep trying to have these quick fixes. And you know the biggest problem that you have? You live in denial. You evade. You live in a state of constant self-deception. And you know how you do that? Through work. By staying busy. You stay busy because that allows you to disconnect and distract yourself. And then you disguise it as productivity. Oh, I'm busy. I got stuff I got to do. But we both know that when you're sitting in silence, when you're all alone with yourself, you know the truth. You're unhappy and unfulfilled in your relationship. So at what point in time are you going to get honest about that? At what point in time are you going to realize you can't work forever? I mean, you can, but look at your relationships and look at the cost that work has already had on your relationships. So the real question is, when are you going to get honest with yourself about the fact that you need help?